Tom Clark's main event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's main event. What's up, kids? I always try to time it with the video. What's up? How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday to you, one and all. It is Friday, May 21st. I had to check the date. I wasn't sure what date it was. Hope you're doing great. How's your week? My week's going pretty darn well here. Thank you very much. We got bunches of stuff to talk about here today. Bunches of stuff to discuss. Where's me some logos? There they are. What's up? There they are. Aren't they pretty? I made them myself. They've been here for a while. Don't act like you haven't seen them. Sandy in Germany is first at the table. Guten Tag to you, Sandy. Christopher, how you doing, my friend? Double V, Victor Vasquez. What's up, my friend? How are you doing? Jamel in Vegas. How are you, my friend? Mark Gray. What's going on? Sugar Shane Odom in the house. Russell Jackson. Air Jackson in the house. That's your new nickname. You're welcome. Let's see. Bubba. Who else is here today? What's up, Reggie? What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we got a pretty big show to get to today. Jeff, where'd you go? I was going to tell you hello. Jeff, what's going on? There you is. Ray, massive Adam Cole fan in the house, kids. You guys know how he rolls. Carlos Martinez, what's happening? Hope you guys are doing great. Sugar Shane talking about Davey Richards. Yes, #1 draft pick to MLW. I didn't catch all of that. Lance says it's not Shark Week, it's Zombie Week. We'll get there, Lance. Yeah, hold tight for that, folks. By the way, the dudes at Ringside Wrestling Podcast, go check it out. Good stuff. My friend Lance is the co-host of that, along with Joe the Panther Jr. There it is. We've already got people talking about headlines this morning. Marcus, how you doing? Asking me questions right off the bat. It's all good. We'll get there. Miss Lopez, how are you? Tammy, what is up? Welcome back to the show. Elvis says I'm in the local newspaper today with my announcement for city council. Nice. Elvis, good luck to you. If any of you are in Elvis's district, give Elvis a vote. There you go. Carlos talking about some headlines. We have got some stuff to talk about here today. Let's don't waste any more time. We got a bunch of headlines. Typically, we would do like the takeaways from Raw and then Smackdown. Actually, we'd do Smackdown and then Raw. But this time, we've just got a bunch of headlines to cover. So you guys be patient. We're going to get there, I promise. So, let's talk about the one that everybody's hit me with already. Will Ospreay has had to vacate the IWGP World's Championship. He suffered a neck injury on night 2 of Wrestling Dontaku. I am woefully behind in watching New Japan. I was caught up till the beginning of this week, I think, but now I'm behind, I believe. So I got to get caught back up. I've not seen the injury. I don't know how bad it is. New Japan is not releasing any information right now. Mark says he's out for at least 9 months. I have not got caught up. I mean, I looked this morning, but I couldn't find any information on it. My producer's in the house, Mr. Nathan Workman. Everybody say hello. What's up to Nate Dogg? Big Nate Dogg in the house. Mark talking about being upset he can't get Okada versus Ospreay. What do you guys think? Are we going back to the Rainmaker for the championship? I vote yes. You know, I say Okada or I say Jay White. I love me some Jay White. I'm so in the bag for Jay White, but you guys know how this rolls. I'm a massive Okada fan. To the grave, baby. He is the best in the world. I still maintain that. So I'm good with whatever they do. Gato is not the best booker you've ever seen, depending on what companies you follow or whatever, but he's consistently been one of the best bookers ever, in my humble opinion. Now, I say he hasn't been the best, maybe. over the past several months. The decision to put it on Ospreay to begin with, considering the stuff going around about him, that kind of thing. You know, I don't know how I feel about all that. To be honest with you, the jury's still out. However, I tend to give Gato and New Japan the benefit of the doubt more often than not. Why, you ask? Because unlike other companies, New Japan lets me down the least amount of the time. Now, if you are in disagreement, you are welcome to go with God, my friends. Completely fine. Yes, Lance, Jay is the never openweight champion. However, Jay 2 belts could happen. Why not? You know what I mean? Let's see. Robbie, welcome to the show. We're waiting on you. We kept the light on for you. There you go. Yes, Shannon. I as well love Okada. He is the man, baby. So, Mark, I have not seen the spot in which he got injured. As I said, I was caught up until Dontaku started, and now I got to get caught up. No real news on Bray Wyatt, Dom, as of this particular broadcast. The headline that we saw last week, basically, he's dealing with some stuff. We can all relate to dealing with things, especially loss and grief, and he's not yet moved past Brody Lee. I don't know how anybody could expect to push a button and get over somebody that quickly, especially somebody that's a brother. You know what I mean? It's tall order. So, I mean, he needs to take the time necessary in order to heal himself, to get himself right. Sandy will get there. Everyone yelling headlines at me. I promise you will get there. I promise you. Shannon endorsing New Japan World. 100% worth it. You are 100% correct. Falonzo, sir, is that right? Yes, sir. Kofi Kingston deserved a title shot. I submit his title run ended horribly, and they didn't give him his just desserts, and they didn't give him all due, just cause to run with that championship. He should have had it longer, in my opinion. Kofi can carry that belt. Now, whether or not the company agrees with that, who knows? From a fan perspective, I think Kofi checks all the boxes. He's still got the youth. He's got the look. He's got the style. He's hip. He's cool, along with the New Day, right? He's very good in the ring. He can mat wrestle. He can come off the top. He's got charisma by the truckload. He's a nice guy. He's humble when he needs to be humble. He's a real person. I mean, to me, he checks all the boxes. I think he can main event against anybody, and I think he can give anybody a good match. And I think he looks good basically all the time. If that is your criteria for heavyweight champion, why aren't you putting the belt back on Kofi? Is he going to take it from Lashley? I would say probably not. Jamel points out he sells a ton of merch. Great, excellent point. Yes, Mark, you're right. Miz it did tear his ACL. We're going to get there, I promise you. Toby says New Japan is in its own league when it comes to booking and storytelling. Just read this. Everyone read it. Good call, Toby. You're 100% right. They're in their own world. They are so good at what they do. And you know what they don't need to do it? Backstage promos with a mousy interviewer asking the guys, what are their thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? You know what I mean? Not necessary. They don't need to scream into the camera. They don't need cameras in the parking lot. They don't need commercials. And they can tell a beautifully written story, written with actions, written with matches, written with certain words, and they paint the picture. That is pro wrestling, folks. The stuff that you get from WWE is not entirely pro wrestling. It is a theatrically produced film, okay? Do they do pro wrestling wrong? I didn't say that. It's just a different brand of wrestling coming from that company. It's not traditional, here's how we tell a story. Do you know what I mean? New Japan, for as much as they do have technology in that company, tells stories the old school, old-fashioned way, as if all they had was a couple, 2, 3 cameras and some mics, and that's all they had. Do you know what I mean? And that, to me, is why it works. That's why it clicks. That's why it always feels very organic. Yeah, anyway, we'll move on from this. Will Ospreay out of action. Gary Benfield, folks, HVW owner, promoter. Everyone, please say hello to Gary. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. What's up, Dane? How you doing? There you are. Hopefully we don't have connectivity issues here again. If we do, I'm going to go cry somewhere. So let's hang tight, kids. Hang with us here. Let's get to another big headline this week, kids. The Velveteen Dream has been released. It's been confirmed. It was confirmed yesterday online. Dream's apparently done some stuff. There's audio out there. He got himself into some trouble. I got to be honest with you. I'm very surprised that it took this long. To be honest with you. Yeah. So, Nathan and I had a conversation about this yesterday, and he's very much the jury is still out, that kind of thing. You're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and I totally get that. From where I'm coming from, to be honest with you, it is, where there's a lot of smoke, there's probably going to be some fire. Do you know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. Dane says he is the biggest disappointment in modern wrestling. So much charisma, so much opportunity, so much potential. I mean, is he going to lay on his feet? I don't know. Or other promotions going to not want to take a chance and roll the dice on him? I don't know if I would ever expect him in AEW. I don't know if I'd ever expect him. Would Impact give a shot? Maybe. What did he call himself? Black Velvet? Maybe. That's just a guess. I don't have any inside track. I mean, he could always do a variation of the name. Is he going to keep pushing forward? We'll have to wait and see. I can't speak for him. Toby, this is episode number 227. 227, I believe. Yes. Isn't that fun stuff? 227. Crazy. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. It is 227. There you go, kids. So, what's your thoughts on this? Do you think maybe he got a raw deal? Maybe he didn't get to defend himself in the court of public opinion. Do you think that maybe the right thing happened here? What's your guys' thoughts on this? Ray, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not going to go into right now. You can feel free to look it up. There's some things with underage minors that may or may not have happened. It's not for me to cast aspersions on anyone, because to my knowledge, there's not been official charges brought against him for anything. So again, I'm not going to sit here and throw shade at somebody that I don't know the full story. If you guys are asking what he did, please go look at it and go check it out. I've not checked out the NBA playoffs, Tim. I wish I could tell you I'm getting back to the NBA. I'd like to. Whether or not I have time to do that, I don't know. Mark with an excellent point. You can't get yourself into the situation in the first place. Exactly right. Exactly right. Don't put yourself in the odd spot to begin with. But as it goes to the sport of pro wrestling here, kids, what do you think about Dream? Do you think that he should be given another chance? Do you think he needs to get counseling? Do you think he needs to face charges? Do you think he needs to be held accountable for the things that he supposedly said and did? Again, folks, I'm just throwing it all out there to you. It's completely up to you what you think. Folks, please, if you will, hit that like button, hit that heart button, that thumbs up, do-ha that's woo-ha that's on there. I'm about to go some Busta Rhymes up in here. So, yeah, man, that would mean loads to me. It puts no money in my pocket, but it means that people is watching, and it's pretty freaking cool to see. So if you will, that'd be great. Dane says, if this is a misunderstanding or he can prove innocence, he should probably do an interview. Not saying anything does not look good. Dane, there are two schools of thought on that. One, I agree. Number two, what is it Shakespeare said? Methinks he doth protest too much. I'm paraphrasing. I mean, if you scream too loud that you're innocent, does that make you look guilty? Saying nothing makes you look guilty. What's the appropriate amount? But I'm with you. If he did nothing wrong at all, maybe it's a good idea to send one tweet and say, I know what you guys have heard. I promise you I didn't do anything wrong. This is taken completely out of context. But there again, does Dream have a lawyer? And is that lawyer advising him not to say anything? I can't answer those questions. I don't know. I mean, once you tweet something, it'll never go away. You could delete it. Someone's going to screenshot it and save it from here to eternity. So, maybe going to the court of public opinion is not a good idea. Maybe it's not a good idea. Claire Jane Brown, CJB in the house. Everybody say hello across the pond in Manchester, the UK. Claire, it makes me happy when you show up. You're one of my favorites. Thank you so much for hanging out. Nate with an excellent point. Folks, my good friend Nate Workman, Nate Dogg himself, he is a Renaissance man, a man about town. He is also an attorney, and he points out, very deservedly so, Dream's lawyer is telling him to shut the F up. And guess what? He's completely right. If anything, God forbid, if Tom ever, up to God, the first thing that would happen is Nate would call me and say, first of all, shut up, don't say a freaking word, because I know him, and that's exactly what he would say. So yeah, I get it. And I'm not saying anyone's innocent or guilty. It's not my place. I'm no judge. All right. So again, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Ryan says, in a world today, someone like Vince and WWE aren't going to take a chance, especially WWE struggling. Riddle's still there. Now, did Riddle do something wrong? I can have opinions. It doesn't mean they match yours. Can I be honest with you? It doesn't mean they match yours. But to the issue of whether or not they take a chance, yeah, they'll take a chance. Sure. But the question at the end of the day is, how sticky is it? How sticky is it? And, why did Riddle get a chance, but Dream didn't get a chance? This is the part where everyone looks at what I just said and go, Tom is suggesting something. All I did was make a comment. You can take that or leave it, okay? I'm just going to lay it out there. It's up to you to discuss. I don't know how I feel about it. If I had a feeling either way, I'd probably tell you I don't really have a feeling either way. So Sandy's summing it up for us, saying, for me, he is innocent, except if it is proven otherwise. I'm going to roll with that, Sandy. Good call. As everybody knows here, kids, WWE is returning to live events. The announcement came, I guess it was today on social media. Yeah, it's a big deal. They return to live events with a 25-city tour running through Labor Day. The tour starts with July 16th, Friday Night Smackdown at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. That's Nate's old stomping grounds down there, kids. How much of a hurry are you guys going to be in to go check out WWE Live? Can I be honest with you? I'm not in too big of a hurry to check out WWE on the TV. Now, I know what you're saying. Tom's WWE hater. That's his problem. Every time we tune in, he's just bagging on him. You know what? But that's not fair. I don't think I do that. Do I do that? How will I look today? Is my beard working? Is it working? It's too much gray, right? The hair's on point, though. It's good stuff. I got the black Superman t-shirt. No, this is not endorsing the Snyder Cut at all. Okay. But anyway, no, man. Yeah. How do you guys feel about seeing WWE Live again? Is that something that you want to go check out? Are you going to mask it up if you go? Are you fully vaxxed? This white boy is. So there you go. Let's see. Nate says, I'm not paying for another ticket unless Okada or Aldis is the main event. Bam! Right there. And just so you know, if Okada shows up in AEW, I'm going to move hell, heaven, and half of earth. I don't know where that came from, to get myself down to Florida. I'll thumb it. I'll stow away on a rail car. I'll do whatever I got to do to go see the Rainmaker. Okay? He's going to make it rain. All right? That's the truth. I never saw Jordan, and that's my bad. That's my own stupidity. Okay? I will not shuffle off this mortal coil without being able to say I saw Okada in the flesh. Man, am I quoting Shakespeare today? It's insane. Insanity. Cameron, everyone say hello to Cameron and tell Cameron to drive safe. He is a trucker in the great country of Canada, our neighbors to the north, okay? Everyone, please tell Cameron to be safe. Mind the Wampas up there, Cam. They're out in full force. They're like, it's mating season for the Wampas up your way, so be careful, all right? Yes, everybody, tell Cameron hello. Cameron, the fact that you listen to my show or watch, whatever, however you do it, as you're doing your job, and I'm your entertainment on your drive. I told somebody this morning, brings a tear to the eye. My friend, you are the man. You are freaking awesome. And you and I are friends for life. I love that. I freaking love it. You are awesome, dude. Thank you so much, man. It means loads to me. Please be careful. Please be careful. Let's see. Yep. See, everyone's sharing their thoughts. Everyone's saying drive safe, be safe. Yes. CJB told you hello as well. There you go. Yeah, man. Please be safe up there. Ray, we're great friends, my friend. Ray, we're the Adam Cole cookout buddies. Remember that? Don't forget that, Ray. Ray, you got a fun Facebook, man. Dude, you just look like the happiest guy on your Facebook, man. Your family and everything. Good on you, dude. Congratulations. Yeah. Let's see. Ben says at least they won't pre-record and film matches like that swamp match. Yeah, well, what can I tell you, kid? I get you. I'm not going to disagree with you at all. I won't disagree. All right, let's get on with this. What else we got going on here? A lot of you hit me with this right from the jump today. The NXT releases for the week. How surprised were you that this stuff went down? Here's the list, kids. Jessamine Duke, Vanessa Bourne, okay, which both were surprising, right? Skylar Story, also known as Brandy Lauren, Ezra Judge, Alexander Wolf, who was just on the TV. He was on TV Tuesday, and Imperium said, that'll be enough of that. They put him on his face, all right? Kavita Devai, if I'm pronouncing right, Drake Wirtz and Jacob Clemens. Drake Wirtz, yowza. Talk about WWE not wanting to take a chance and didn't want publicity. Brother. Whew. I can't say that we didn't see this coming. We saw it coming. I don't celebrate anyone losing their job. Let's get that straight. Even on this level, when millions of dollars are involved, or whatever these guys got paid, hundreds of thousands, whatever it was. Okay. I don't celebrate anyone getting released. That's not about that. But I also don't celebrate people who kind of look to be maybe bad people with the wrong views and bad views and wackadoodle points of view. So that's where I will leave that at. John says, what's up, Tom? Love the show. Best wrestling cast. Good God. Everybody go make friendly with John. Are we friends on the Facebook, John? If we're not, let's remedy that. Send me a friend request. If you look up Tom Clark, my avatar is my kid in an HVW black hoodie. It's still up there. Been up there for 2 years. I don't want to take it down because I love it to death. You're the man, John. Thank you for that. Joshua, good day to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in, man. Jamil says my wife was asking why Imperium was kicking him out. We know now, don't we, my friend? We know now. Do I think IRS will show up at NXT with the skits with Cameron Grimes? Oh, Cameron Grimes and DiBiase? Perhaps. That's a good call, actually. Good call back. We'll see what happens. You can kiss my grin. You said his name. I had to do it. Ray says, thoughts on the Hit Crew. Ray. I like that they are out there. They're letting them really be boastful and braggadocious, and they're allowing them to live the gimmick. And, the group photos look great and everything. I like all that. They got swagger. They're hip. They're cool. There's nothing about it I don't like. However, you asked, I'm going to tell. Here's where I'm coming from on this. This is WWE we're talking about, where the nucleus of a great idea ends up going in the crapper, sometimes pretty quick. I will reserve judgment to see what's going to happen this time. I'll reserve judgment to see what's going to happen. But so far, I'm down. I'm into it. Gary says, what was your thoughts on AEW main event this past week? You're talking about the tag team match, right, Gary? I enjoyed the tag team match. I thought it was really well done. I kind of was hoping that the Varsity Blondes were going to get the championships. Just kind of a swerve move. I put that on Twitter, and I instantly got countered by someone who said, well, there's no story there, and all like that. And so I came back with, well, guess it's a good thing it didn't happen then, huh? Like, okay, you're so smart. I don't know. It's weird. People on Twitter think they're really smart. I don't know if you know this. Yikes. By the way, if you'd like to follow me on the Twitter, it's at Tom Clark Writes. There you go. Shameless plug time. Yeah, I enjoy Twitter, if I'm being honest with you. I do enjoy it. There's some cool stuff on there. However, there's a whole bunch of know-it-alls as well. If I can endorse an app, how about Hi-Ho? Is anyone on the Hi-Ho? Hi-Ho's crazy fun. It's all video. And guess what's happening on that app? Everyone's actually nice to each other. Perish the thought. Yeah, man, we're all nice to each other. Everyone's civil. Everyone's adult. Everyone's cool. Shocking. There you go. So, hey, Mark. Yes, he followed. Yeah, and Mark, I follow you right back. I do follow you back, don't I? I think I do. If I don't, my apologies. I'll follow you back. So yeah, anytime someone's released, it's a big deal. I mean, as fans, we shouldn't celebrate anyone getting released, and unless they're just obviously a bum. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, Alexander Wolf, Sandy points out his German friend, Cash Money Mark. You know what? If I don't follow you, Mark, I'm going to make that happen right now. How about that? This is social media in action. This moment of typing brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. Oh, did you know there's somebody, like there's a couple of different people with that handle? Isn't that weird? Be patient, kids. Do I have your Twitter handle right? Because you're not coming up. Oh, I do follow you. Well, there you go. There you go. Let's see. Nate says the last 2 Saturdays and Sundays in August are open for MSG events. Possible unannounced Wrestle Kingdom rescheduling. Bam! I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I'm down. Let's have NJPW come on back to the Big Apple. Dave, what's up? You missed a whole bunch of stuff. Shame on you. Everyone shamed Dave for being late. I tease. I kid. I joke. Chad, what's going on? Thanks for watching the show, man. All right, let's move on from these releases. Let's talk about some other stuff here. AEW schedule changes. What do you guys know about the schedule changes? And what do you guys think about it? It's a big deal. Supposedly, AEW got their hands on, I think it's an 8-figure move, like an 8-figure dollar amount to move from TNT to TBS in January of 2022. And they're going to be taking AEW Rampage, which is a brand new Friday night show, with them. Okay. One of the big things, one of the big reasons for this is because that TNT has picked up the NHL. Okay. And let's be honest, kids, how many times has NBA maybe either threatened or actually preempted AEW? I mean, if you're a pro wrestling fan, even if you're an NBA fan, but you watch pro wrestling also, you don't want to see the preemptions happen. So if there's a way to get around that, well, there you go. I'm all for it. I think it'll be fine. The question is, how is it going to affect them? Honestly, I don't think it's going to affect them in the slightest. I don't think we're going to see ratings dip. I could be wrong. I mean, January is a whiles off, right? So anything can happen, yes. But honestly, I don't think it's going to affect them too awful much. There again, I've been wrong before. We will see here, kids. It's an interesting time, as we've said before, to be a pro wrestling fan. How do you guys feel about the show moving from TNT to TBS? You think it's going to have an impact? Do you think it's going to mean something? Do you think it's bad news? Do you think it's good news? I'd like to hear your thoughts, and I'd like to know what you think about all this, because it, again, it's kind of a big deal, folks. And again, depending on how you think and what your point of view is on this, what's your take? I want to hear what you think. Let's see. James, everyone welcome James from the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. Just finished recording our news podcast and covered this extensively. Looking forward to Rampage following Smackdown. James, same here, my friend. Everyone go follow the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. James and Troy Grant do an excellent bang-up job on that show. Thanks much. Ray says, Sting is working a live match. Do you think he could still work? Love Sting, so I'd love to see him crush it. By the way, Adam Cole is king. I think he'll be fine. It's a tag team match. It's not a singles match. They'll cover for him, and he'll do his part. But, kudos to him. Listen, man. Ray, this is not where you're coming from, and I get it. But I have to rant for a second. This whole idea that Tom Sting's old. You know how old Sting is, Tom? Do you know how old Tom is? Am I dead? Do I look dead to you? I got quality years left, baby. Don't tell me I can't do something. You're going to tell a Hall of Famer he shouldn't. That's gutsy. Number one, that's gutsy. Number two, who are we to tell these guys? Who are we to tell these guys? That kind of stuff gets under Ray. I know you're not, but like that kind of stuff gets under my skin so much that I can't even tell you. What is the point of that? If Sting wants to work a match and he passes the physical and he's cleared, let the guy wrestle. Do you know what I mean? I don't care. Do I want to see him hurt? I don't want to see any of them hurt. I don't care if they're 20, much less 60. No, of course I don't want to see him hurt. Listen, let me tell you something I know about life. Okay? You didn't think you was going to get this from Pro Wrestling Show, did you? Life's too short. You got to call your shot, and you got to take your shot. Don't sit back and wait for somebody to tell you what to do. You think that Sting got where he's at today because he sat back and let other people call shots for him? You know, he could have went running to Vince the second WCW closed down. He could have. He chose not to. You want to know why? Sting calls his own shots. I envy that. We should all be more like Sting. Okay? If any of these guys and gals want to keep working, let them work. What would you rather do? Would you rather take your shot and know that you did everything you could and you made yourself happy and you enjoyed yourself? Or do one day you want to be near the end in a bed somewhere, in a home somewhere thinking, I wish I'd have went back. I'll never know now. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want regret. I don't want regret. I'm sorry. This moment of deep thinking brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. Jamel says Sting looks better than Matt Hardy. It looks like it hurts for him to walk. Matt's got those legs, man. He's got. Don't quote me on this, but I've always just assumed it was like knee injuries, that kind of thing. But yeah, he's kind of got that bow-legged thing happening. No disrespect to Matt, but I've always noticed that. Richard, what's up, my friend? How are you? Thanks for watching the show. Jamel, good point. No regrets. No regrets. Absolutely right. Tim says it's a big deal with us. My only question is, will AEW still be on Wednesday night? Because in mid-March, TBS broadcast March Madness. Tim, so AEW is going to be on Wednesday nights. Yes, they're not going to change nights. They won't change nights. As of right now, they're still going to be on Wednesday night. It's a good night for them. It's a good night for them. Troy, what's up? Tag in the house, folks. The TAG, the notorious TAG. I'm all about nicknaming people in case you hadn't noticed. Rampage will be great. It's an awesome time to be a wrestling fan with so much variety. It'll be an hour long, and like NXT UK, it'll be all killer and no filler. Love it. Nathan says you don't look like you could take a back bump, Tom. You bite your tongue clean out of your head, Nate Dogg. Don't think I haven't done it before, and don't think I can't do it again. I'm not gonna, but I could. Oh, that's good stuff. Where am I? Sandy says it's hard being a wrestling fan in Germany, always so late. They don't play to you guys, do they, Sandy? Shame on them. I get where you're coming from, though. Everyone say hello to the boy. That's what you do. You grunt like a caveman. My goodness. You know you're wearing the same shirt you wore last week when you popped up on the show? Well. Tim says, do I like this move by AEW? Can I be honest with you, man? I think they're doing what's best for them. I'm okay with it. Do I have feelings on it one way or the other? Nah, not really. If I'm being straight with you, whatever's best for them, I say go for it. You know what I mean? Do I know what happened to the Big Show? Did something happen to the Big Show? The Big Show is no longer the Big Show. The Big Show is owned by WWE. Paul White's working for AEW. Has something happened that I don't know about? Yeah, he's gone. And he's gone. You got the South Park reference, right? Sandy's got to go. Sandy, shame on you, my friend. Sandy, you're a top fan, my brother. Thank you very much for hanging out, as always. Brendan says he needs it. Hey, son, are you out there? He's on out there. I'm going to tell him you said that. That's good stuff. I think you'd dig that. It'd be something. It'd be modern hip-hop. I promise you that. Yeah. So, okay. As far as the AEW thing goes, I have tried to encourage everyone here, if I can soapbox for just a scoosh, I have tried to encourage everybody here to support this company as much as you can. Why? Because Tom's in the bag for AEW. No, Tom's in the bag for pro wrestling. Okay. And AEW is obviously trying to put out a good product. It may not be the type of wrestling maybe you're in love with. Maybe you don't like everyone there, but do you really like everyone in WWE? Do you really like everyone in Impact? I mean, come on, man. Support the industry. I don't mean you have to love the company, but if you don't do anything else, support the talents who are trying to earn a living in that company. The fact that AEW is successful on their level of success, whatever success means for that company, they're successful, kids. That's a very good thing for this business and for the talents working in this business. There's my soapbox. You're done. I'm done. You're welcome. Let's get on to some WrestleMania Backlash, which I think you want to talk about. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know what you're thinking. Oh, God, I can't wait. Okay. Let's get to this. Man, if you're not watching the video portion of this podcast, you're missing some great stuff here because I'm awesome. I'm just playing. Not really. Ego much? Sheamus defeated Ricochet. I like Rick a lot. He got into a little bit of a skirmish with fans on Twitter this past week over the Aew Schedule comment. Yikes. Not a good look. However, did he mean anything by it? No. He was asked a question. It was posed and he answered. And, you notice not one time did he say anything like, well, Aew Schedule is a girl and I'm better than a girl. He never said anything like that. He put himself over. I don't know what the problem is with wrestlers putting themselves over, kids. I don't understand that. That's an aside to this. Sheamus continues to do what he does. The guy always shows up. He always delivers. Sheamus is always on point. I don't know if the last time I saw a Sheamus match and said, well, that kind of sucked. Now, if you have, then I'm sorry for you. Oh, that's some good coffee. So, yeah, do I want to see Ricochet get more? Yeah, sure. Is he going to get more in that company? No, probably not. I call it like I see it. Yes, sir, Dave. Natty and Tamina, again, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Richard says, why would WWE bring back Eva Marie? Nice on the eyes, but can't wrestle and don't have mic skills. Richard, just hold out hope, my friend. Don't judge until we know for sure. That's my encouragement to you. So there you go. Let's get into the main card here, kids. Rhea Ripley retains the Raw Women's Championship against Asuka and Charlotte Flair. First off, how many of you were happy that Charlotte Flair did not win the championship? I'm going to guess, I'll venture a guess and say a whole bunch of you are tickled to death that she didn't win the title. What do you think, huh? I know you probably are happy. I was whatever with it, Ghazi, what's up, Ghazi? Says, I just want Sheamus to win the Intercontinental title because he'd complete the full house. Not only all titles, but also Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring. The only man to do all of that is Edge. Good call, Gaz. I like Sheamus a lot. And I think if you don't like Sheamus, you got a weird hang up about redheaded guys that wrestle. I don't know what the deal is, but man, he's so good. I mean, Sheamus is a bona fide guaranteed Hall of Famer. I would like to see Sheamus not spend his entire career in that company. Not that I want it to end bad for him. I'd love to see Sheamus in New Japan with some strong style, getting mad respect from the guys he's working over there. I'd love to see. Are you kidding me? First off, Sheamus would stand out. Land of the Rising Sun. He's a pale Irish guy with the shocking red hair. Sheamus? Come on, man. I'd pay to see that. Dude, I'd pay to see that. I would. I mean, yeah. I just think he would be a perfect fit in that country with that style, strong style, New Japan. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, yeah. Christopher says WWE just isn't interesting enough to even talk about, let alone watch these days. Got to give the people what they want, Chris. A lot of folks here watch WWE and like to talk about it. So I get where you're coming from. Everybody can have their own opinion, man. I don't discount your opinion at all. I get what you're saying. Gary properly saying he is underused. That's true, but he is on TV quite a bit, man. So they're using him. Is he underused in terms of maybe getting the main event spot? I would definitely agree with that. James says Sheamus versus Suzuki would be money. 100% absolutely. Isn't it funny every time we talk about a hard hitter, we want to see him against Suzuki? Guy's 50 years old. Moves and wrestles like he's 25. Insane, dude. He's found the fountain of youth, man. I'm going to tell you right now. Yep, Dave, Miz getting injured, torn. I don't know if they've clarified if it's a fully torn ACL or partially torn, but this is a guy that never gets hurt, ever. So I know it's killing him to be out like this. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it will not take very long. The Mysterios, for the first time ever, a father-son combo has defeated or has won tag team championship gold. They defeated Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. What do we feel about the Mysterios getting the tag team championships? How you guys feel about that? Elvis says they need to turn Angel Garza face and put the YS title on him. What did I miss, Elvis? What did I miss? Why am I not getting the YS reference? I'm sure it's right in front of me and I've missed it. Mark says, should have waited till Father's Day, would have had a better payoff. A lot of people saying that. I don't really get too caught up in stuff like that. Ray says, do you see John Morrison getting a push he saw in the ring? I said that when he came back. It hasn't happened. Yes. Oh, Elvis says U.S. title. Yeah, I agree with that. Sure. Dave says, not a fan of Ray and Dominic. Would you be a fan if it was just Dominic? If it was just him on his own, sort of earning his way? Not that he's not earning it now, but I kind of see where you're coming from. Tammy says, what's up, Tammy? I love it. At least it's something new. I couldn't agree more. I love when the ladies tune in. Ladies love Tom. Don't tell my wife I said that, because she can be like, no, they don't. Okay. I like having fun. Where are you, Brandon? There you is. I like the Mysterious winning. Should be interesting to see where this is going. No, Shannon, I suck. I did not make a ding dong hello button. That's on my agenda. Oh my God, I never got to it. It's been quite the busy week for yours truly. Yes, Toby, the zombies ate his ACL. And if you didn't see it, Damian Priest defeated The Miz in a zombie jack match. Zombies in the lumberjack match.
What?
Zombies in the lumberjack match.
What?
So here's what I think.
It doesn't matter what you think.
How do I start?
Hot garbage.
Okay. That's all I'm a system. I feel better. Here's how I feel. Here's how I feel. Okay. This time for sure. It's WWE. If you're upset by this, then whose fault is it? Is it theirs or is it yours? Because I think if you're upset by this, it's kind of your fault. Because if you don't know what they're capable of, James, I spent a lot of that match laughing, so I didn't hate it. Well said. I spent a lot of that match going, oh. And my wife's like, what? And I was like, I'm not even going to tell you. So I didn't tell her. In fact, I had on the iPad and I was sitting next to her. And at one point she looked over and goes, what are you watching? And I went, don't ask. And that's all I said. Shannon says, if you're a WWE fan, you should be used to things like this by now. Absolutely. Dane says they couldn't do this as a skit with Truth in the back. Oh, that's good stuff. You know who could have made this work? R-Truth could have made this work. Zombie pins him for the title. Are you kidding me? Wait, who has that thing now? I don't really care. I had it like 10 minutes ago. They burst in and pinned me before I went live. Brandon says, rumor has it Scotty Too Hottie was one of the zombies. He should have broke out dancing if that's the case. You kidding me? Yeah. So, of course, Richard, I know that. Who are you telling? Blackjack Mulligan is Bo and Bray's grandfather. Of course. Of course. And the father of Barry Windham. Of course. Blackjack's the man, dude. I love me some Blackjack Mulligan. You kidding me? I don't have a Vinnie Mac button, Elvis. I don't think I need it. James has confirmed Scotty was indeed a zombie. Scotty 2 zombie. This is the same company that put a Trump and Rosie lookalike in the ring on live Monday Night Raw. The same company that put a girl in a coffin and had Triple H have simulated sex with what's supposed to have been a dead body. This is the same company that gave birth to a hand from Mae Young. Shall I go on? This is the same company that had Kane electrify Shane McMahon's testicles on live TV. This is the same company that, what else you got? Big Boss Man yanked Big Show's daddy's coffin from the burial site behind a truck with a chain. This is the same company that Randy Orton besmirched the good name of Eddie Guerrero and said he's in hell. Remember when Vince McMahon tag team with God or made fun of God? So God was HBK's tag team partner, and Vince spit out holy water in the church. But zombies surprise you? That's all I'm saying. Mark says, Big Boss Man getting hung from the cell by The Undertaker. Yeah. Bray tweeted during the match, by the way. Did you guys see that? And the tweet said, you know what? If you hadn't seen it, I'm going to look it up for you because it's good stuff. Don't anybody give it away. Don't anybody say anything because I'm going to look it up for you. Don't anybody say anything. You're going to ruin it. Don't ruin it. All right. Don't anybody say it. Don't say it. There we go. You see the tweet? Bray said, miss me yet? #zombies. That's all kinds of perfect, kids. That is all kinds of perfect. Is that the best thing you've ever seen? Pretty much. Christopher Ray Patton, what's up, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, that's good, fun stuff, folks. If you don't like that, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, we've seen everything. Out of curiosity, what did everyone think of Loomis versus Grimes with the zombies on Halloween Havoc? Good question. James poses a good question to the congregation here, my friends. What did everyone think of Loomis versus Grimes with the zombies on Halloween Havoc? Was everybody okay with that? There you go. Everybody took off with my points on what they've done in the past, and they're leaving off with the same company that XYZ, the same company, ... You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Canadian, Cam, the Canuck, the same company that did the gobbledygooker reveal. God says it's the same company that someone killed and cooked a dog. Same company that had Edge and Lita have a live sex scene celebration in bed. Check. Chris says it was a Halloween show. I let it go, not an actual pay-per-view. Interesting take. I can't be mad at that. Yeah, Brandon, I hit that when you're too late to the party. Same company that faked Vince's death. Well done, Elvis. Cameron says, I'm fine with zombies at Halloween because that's where zombies belong. Yeah. But Ghazi, don't be talking about Doink, man. The original Doink, the Matt Bourne Doink was great. Matt was great, man. Very underrated talent. Very underrated wrestler. Let's move on with the card before it gets to be time to take it home. Bianca Belair retained the Smackdown Women's Championship against Bayley. How'd you guys feel about this match? I thought it was a really, really well done match. I thought it was really good. I was happy with it from top to bottom. I thought it was really good. What'd you guys think about this match? Let's see. Dane's talking about Wrestling Geeks Alliance podcast. Everyone go check that out. There you go. Good. Thank you for plugging your show, Dane. Honestly, I'd say I forgot to. I didn't actually forget. It just didn't hit me. So yeah, my apologies. Ghazi says, I hope Bianca and Rhea hold their titles throughout the year so the fight at Survivor Series. I'd be okay with that. Elvis. Preach. Preach, Elvis. And if you don't like that, you ain't got to watch. Don't make me snap my fingers, yo. It's my show. There you go. Let's see. Ray says, so happy Belair won. She saw it. I see a hair match next. We talked about that last week, Ray. Good call. Yep. I think that's what's going to happen. And you know what? If you told Bayley to shave her head bald, I'm sure she'd probably be okay with that. Bayley's a company talent. Warrior Award, Chris says. Good call. Hey, people feel all kinds of ways about Warrior. The fact that he left us too soon, and he did, okay, doesn't take away from some of those wackadoodle views he had at one point. And I'm not going to sit here and speak ill of the dead. It's not my place, and I won't do it. But I totally get where you're coming from. Totally get it. Tammy says, I like the match. It was as good as one of the better ones. Yep. There you go. Let's move on, kids. Lashley is still your WWE champion, defeating Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. Triple threat. So the popular opinion as it pertains to Lashley being WWE champion is that we're building up to Lashley versus Lesnar. You know how you know that? Because Tom told you this 6 months ago. Where have you been? I did. Shut up. I did. Long before he got the belt. I told you. Now, a whole lot of other people probably told you too. And a whole lot of other people, you probably read it as well, on a whole lot of other websites and on a whole lot more shows. I totally get it, okay? So, no, Tom's not. I don't have a pro wrestling crystal ball. I'm not so freaking smart that no, come on. But I have been saying it for a long time because I think it's the match that they want, and I think they want it at SummerSlam. And I think that when it happens, I think it'll go longer than 30 seconds, but I think Brock's winning that belt. Has Brock ever lost a title match when he went in as the challenger? I don't have a stat for you, but if somebody wants to look that up, that would be fine with me. James says Lashley should annihilate Brock. If we're calling it, if we're being straight, forget what you think you know about how they love Brock. Forget that you think you know that Vince sends him a Christmas card every year. He probably does. Let go of all that for a second. By all rights. Okay. Lashley should, take his lunch money from him. I'm sorry. If we're playing it honestly, he should. I'm just saying. Joshua says, why didn't they use more weapons when there's a stipulation where there's no DQ? Good question. I don't know. Honestly, you know what I think sometimes? I think that sometimes I forget about it. But can I be honest with you? This is a really fun match. Did you enjoy this match? I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. A lot more than I thought I was going to. Can I be straight with you? And listen, people are still, Elvis just mentioned Cameron Grimes against Lashley. So I said this a few weeks ago on the show. Every time I think about NXT talent going to the main roster, I say, don't do it. Terrible idea. Cameron Grimes is going to be fine. Unless they just put him there and then tap out on him, which they could very well do. But can I be straight with you? I don't think they're going to. He's funny. He's entertaining. He's got charisma. He's got a sense of humor. He's got a personality. He can work. He can work anybody of any size. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to have a niche. He's got a niche spot that no one else has. And no one else looks like him. No one else sounds like him. No one else quite has that gimmick. I think he's going to excel in the main roster. And do I mean world title? No. But do I think he could spend the next 5-6 years on the main roster and earn a pretty good living for himself? You better believe it. That's the truth. I really believe that. And I think he'd be great. And if that's what he wants, I think it's his for the taking. I would truly be shocked if they let him go. And I always say I'm not shocked by anything that company does, but I think he has the most upside. And listen, I love Adam Cole. I do. I think they bury, I hate that word. I almost use it. I think they kill him on the main roster. But if you told me today, Tom, pick one talent from NXT that could translate right now, today, just like that, with no problem, Cameron Grimes. You don't need to do anything to him. You don't need to change a thing. Just let him be himself. There's nothing he needs to prep for the main shows. He's already got it. He's already got it. He's perfect. I'm sorry. It's how I feel. And I don't think I'll get proven wrong. Keith says Strowman's shine in this match. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Mark, you called it, my friend. Cameron Grimes going one place.
I'm going to the moon.
Bam, there you go. Well done. One more match, and we're going to take it home, just about. Roman Reigns is still your Universal Champion, defeating Cesaro. You know how many people have been out of shape? Hey, thanks, Dave, for hanging out, my friend. You know how many people have been out of shape Cesaro didn't win? Listen, this is a marathon, not a sprint. That's opinion one. Cesaro still has plenty of time. Number two, Cesaro's been there for a long freaking time. When does his marathon come to an end? I don't see the finish line, boss. A lot of people upset. I just don't know how you take that belt off Roman unless it's a SummerSlam or WrestleMania. I just don't know. The guy has such incredible momentum. He's at the top of his game. He's never looked better. He's never sounded better. He's never carried himself better. He is absolutely doing everything that he should do right now. He is, I can't sing his praises enough. The guy is utterly fantastic. And I know you guys, probably most of you guys agree. I just don't know how you take the belt off of him at any point right now. Ghazi, I'm not going to put your comment up because you cursed. Shame on you. No, Cesaro didn't get buried. You're right. He lost a good main event and was beat down as part of a storyline. You're right. That's not getting buried. He's on TV and it's on main event of a pay-per-view or whatever you want to call it, a monthly event. No, that's not getting buried at all. Not getting buried at all. A lot of people knew that they wasn't going to win. No, Chris, I got no news on Kelly Klein, my friend. If I ever do, I'll tell you. You'll be the first one to know. Christopher says, same, you can't take it off him without a big match, which is why I think Lesnar. I really don't think, Chris, I respect your opinion, dude, but I just don't care about Brock versus Roman again. I think we've told enough of that story. Now, that's Tom's opinion in his chair in his office in the great state of North Carolina. Doesn't mean anything compared to what Vince McMahon wants. So we could get it tomorrow for all I know. I don't want to see it, but funny, they never call me to ask me what I think. So weird. So weird. So there you go. What else we got here, kids? Let's see. Grimes and R-Truth skit. No, glad Roman won. Yep. Well, yep. As I said, Roman's on top of his game, man. Key says rather have Lashley versus Lesnar. Honestly, I would too. I would too, if I'm being straight. Because it's the road less traveled. It's the road never traveled, right? I'm down with that. But we'll see. Chris, I know I get where you're coming from. And honestly, how do you book that and keep Paul? Yeah. If you look at it from that perspective, I totally get where you're coming from. Let's wrap up some ratings and let's get on out of here. We'll open the floor to some comments. As always, I present the ratings, and as always, you decide whether or not you personally care. This week's Smackdown, 1.80 compared to last week's 2.157. This week's Raw, 1.82 compared to last week's 1.817. There you go for that. What about the other brands here? AEW this week down from 936 to 821. NXT up slightly, 700 from 697. So there you go, kids. There are your ratings for all four of these shows. And let's open up the floor, folks. What do you guys got for me before we take it home? What do you guys want to talk about? I know we're past the hour mark, but it's all good. We're only 3 minutes past the hour, so it's cool. So what do you guys think? Dylan, Ghazi says, you know how I want to see beat Roman. Hot take Keith Lee. I still would love to see Big E do it. Now, getting him to that, it can happen. Don't say it can't happen. We'll see. We'll see. Anything's possible. Jamel says, so glad Mira's TNT champ. I think he looks the best he's ever looked in that company. I agree with you. I think exactly what his character needed. Chris said, oh, where'd you go? Chris says AEW will fall off a cliff next few weeks ratings-wise. Well, we'll see. You might be right. Elvis says, who listens to you more, the boy or the dog? Definitely the dog. Definitely. My kid will be 13 in September. You kidding me? You kidding me? So Ray says, Big E or Nas, and if you won dinner with Adam Cole and could bring 50 friends, could I come every week with this? Big E for sure, and Ray, you're the first person I call. Did you see Daniel Bryan, the Impact Slammiversary promo? No, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Big E should win Money in the Bank. Who have you got? I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't think he will, because it seems like every time we want to, put the horse behind Big E, they don't want to do it. Are we the only people in this entire conversation who believe that Big E should have a world title push? Are we it? Because it kind of feels like no one in that company agrees at all. I'm being serious. All this talk, all this buzz, all this debate, all this conversation, all these podcasts, all the columns, all the kerfluffle online over the past 6 months about Tom, Big E. Ooh, right? All right. Because we've not got any indication from that company they're going to move forward with that. Not even teasing it, really. Really? I mean, right? I mean, is it all just coming from us, what we want to see? I mean, if the answer is yes, so be it. But sometimes I sit back and think about these things. Like, we're not coming from any frame of reference, really. We're just kind of all hoping that he gets it, hoping that he gets there at some point. Are we going to do a live preview for Double or Nothing on Sunday? Maybe. We shall see if I decide to. Yeah, I'll let everybody know. What venue would you like CHV to go to out of North Carolina? Oh gosh, I don't know. That's a great question. If I come up with something, I'll let you know. I have to think about that, man. My immediate thoughts are to the old Greensboro Coliseum. If we could time travel, that'd be fun. You know what I mean? Get the Wayback Machine and make it happen. Dane says, my opinion, Big E has very similar flavor and babyface to Dusty and could be a great world champion. Totally agree. You couldn't be more right to me. Yeah, you couldn't be more right. I think he would be great. And WWE really cares about, we got to put this guy on the talk show circuit, pal. Can you picture Big E on Jimmy Kimmel? Can you picture him on Jimmy Fallon? The answer is yes. And he'd charm the pants off everybody there and have Kimmel and Fallon in stitches. Legit. Because he's that funny. He's that good. He's that personable. He's a really good guy. You know what I mean? I'd love to see it. Absolutely. Absolutely. He could be New Day all day by himself. No disrespect to Kofi Xavier. Absolutely a great idea. I'm all for it. Oh, there we go. Shannon pushing the pod. So, you're watching Tom Clark's main event. Bam. But I also have Tom Clark's 6M podcast. That's right, kids. It's fun stuff. It's a fun show. You got to love it. You ain't got to love it. But you can, because it's awesome. I think it's awesome. I'm really happy with it. Guess what we're going to do? It's my show. And listen, it's my show. It's my audio. So I can copyright. It's all owned by me anyway. So since it's at the tail end of the wrestling show today here, and since it's pro wrestling related, how about I give you a taste of the Jon Moxley episode? Now, I will get you, I'll bring you up the food chain here just a little bit. This is, I don't know what point we're at right now. We're like 13 minutes into the show. By the way, episode number 39 of Tom Clark's 6M podcast was on Jon Moxley. The show focuses on movies, music, Marvel magazines, miniseries, and more. It's an umbrella pod for all things geek culture, nerd stuff that all of you or a lot of you should be very interested in. We're going to share this screen. I'm going to let you hear a few minutes of it. Maybe that will encourage everyone to go subscribe, because if you did, that would be awesome. So here we go. You guys tell me what you think. Isn't that logo pretty? I made it. Photoshop, baby. So I'm just saying. Guys, check this out. Again, I don't know where I landed. This is myself and Phil Lindsay, who usually accompanies me as my co-host on the show. James is going to appear. James, you and I got to get hooked up, my friend. Troy Anthony Grant's been on the show. My good friend Nathan Workman's been on there. Yeah, man, I love doing this show. And by the way, I love what I'm doing with you guys. You guys are the freaking best of all time. Don't misunderstand. But I love the 6M. The 6M is not live. It's pre-recorded. I got a bunch of episodes in the can. We talk about everything. Check out a tidbit of this, and we'll see where we're at and see if you like it. Check this out. But of course, he's on your radar as a member of the Shield. Were you familiar with John before he joined WWE?
No. I after he joined WWE, I saw like some stuff that he did as John Moxley. Like I saw some brief matches and some clips and stuff, but I only knew him as Dean Ambrose, and I don't think people remember the other crazy thing about his resurgence when you talk about the Shield is just when the Shield first came about. Ambrose looked like the star. He looked like the leader of the Shield, and I mean that's before um, Rollins, set himself apart as the work rate guy, quote unquote, and the big spots guy because he was doing like the Phoenix splashes and he was doing all of the cool stuff. But in terms of like the talker out of the group, it was always Ambrose. Ambrose always kind of had like this allure to him.
He was always front and center in the promos. He was usually in the center of the three, usually.
Yes.
And they were running that gimmick where supposedly he was holding it was a handheld cam, which obviously the cameraman was standing there and he just had his hand out on the camera. I mean, it's okay. It worked. It got the point across, right? But be careful with that, $60,000 camera there, John. Don't drop it on the floor, right? Because TV production, not cheap. All right, there you go. There's a little something from Tom Clark's 6M podcast. If you dig that, I just want everybody out there to know Tom Clark's 6M podcast is available on all the platforms that the main event is. We're talking about Amazon Music, Apple Pods, Google Pods, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube. There you go. Please go subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Let's do a few more things here and we'll get out of here. Hope you guys dug that. Yes, Chris, Don Cornoodle. The private Don Cornoodle, Sergeant Slaughter's army. Don Cornoodle is one of the most unheralded talents of all time. If you guys don't know who Don Cornoodle is, shame on you. Go YouTube the heck out of that guy. I grew up watching Don Cornoodle in the territories, man. Great stuff. A fiery baby face, a devious heel. He could do anything. I think I actually preferred him as a baby face, if I'm being straight with you. I know that's weird because he had such a great run with Slaughter. But you know what? I love the guy. Condolences to his friends, his family, and everybody that knew and loved him for sure. Shane says, "Give her time. She reminds me a lot of Becky Lynch, the starter for Becoming the Man." Shane, who are we talking about? I missed. I apologize. Britt Baker. There we go. He says, "Is the best female wrestler in the business today. Hands down, she'll be AEW champion." Shane, I respect your opinion. I could sit here and tell you who I think's better, but I'm not going to do that. It's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. And by the way, I love her work. I think she's grown exponentially better since she got there, and that's my answer to the thoughts on Britt Baker comment. I'm a fan. I really am a fan. I don't think at this point we even care who she's dating anymore. I don't think it matters. You know what I mean? Fans shouting stuff, or at least they were back in the day. But Tim, brother, shut up. Mox using Wild Thing, absolutely pitch perfect. Perfect. He did it, the original song in tribute to Onita, but now he's doing the remade version by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, which came out for the Major League film. Or they used the Major League film. Dude, great. Great stuff. It fits him. Perfect. Can I be honest with you? I actually think the original fits him a little bit better. I know that sounds weird because Joan Jett's got the mean crunching guitar, but come on. Elvis says, "Do you think Sting and Darby will be tag team champs?" I'd be okay with that. Do I think it's going to happen? No. but I could be wrong. Shannon says the Acclaimed are great. Absolutely. I love that. I love how they work very well together. Yeah, I dig it. Very cool. Chris disagrees. He says, I love the song. I don't think it fits Moxley. Agree to disagree, my friend. By the way, I love his other stuff. I love his Death Riders music in New Japan. I'm a big fan of that because I'm like a slow bluesy kind of guy, right? So I love that music actually. Shane says, I think Darby would be a good fit for leader of the Dark Order. Shane, I don't disagree with that, but it takes them down a different path. I love the Dark Order as being comic relief. No, Elvis. No, you get no Vinnie Mac, but I don't care how many times you say it. It's not going to happen, pal. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. Stop it. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'll do the ding dong hello for you. I promised that to Shan. I've let her down one too many times. All right. We've gone about 1 hour and 15. Man, I got long-winded here this week. So here's what's going on the next couple of weeks here, kids. We will be here next Friday, as always, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, right here on Wrestling Rumors Facebook Live. However, the following Friday, which is June 4th, can you believe how fast this year is going by? The next, that day on June 4th, Tom Clark's main event will not be live that day because your boy's going to be up in the mountains, bam, right up there for High Velocity Wrestling. We are going live that Saturday night with HVW Proving Ground. It's our big return show back. I'll be going up probably that Friday to hang out with Gary and crew and help wherever I'm needed. If anything changes, I will let you guys know. But as of right now, we probably will not be going live that day with the main event. I will keep everyone abreast of the situation as we go. Cordell comes in way after the fact. Cordell, go back and watch the show, my friend. I would appreciate it if you would. We're getting ready to take this thing home. Tim's asking for a John Moxley. Oh, I could do what's the ring announcer? I got a lot of names I got to recall here at the drop of a hat. You guys know that, right? Jan Moxley. You know, he used to do that for Cena when he was in WWE. I think it fits Mox to a T. Oh, Chris, boo. Red Rider doing Lunatic Fringe. Yeah. That would have been a nice little eye poke. That's an eye poke right there, dude, for sure. Tom Cochran. Yeah. That's a great song, by the way. Justin Roberts. Thank you, kids. You kids never let me down. It's quite a haul, Chris. You're 100% right, dude. It's quite a haul from Georgia. I'd love for you to come, man, but I totally get it if you couldn't. That's a heck of a drive, dude. Hendersonville, North Carolina. 646 Concord Road, Fletcher, North Carolina. 646 Concord Road, Fletcher, North Carolina. If you go to High Velocity Wrestling on the Facebook, it's the black and purple logo. All the information we're on eventbrite.com. We're hoping for a good turnout. It's our first show back. A lot of people are still anxious about coming out because of the pandemic, and I totally get that. So there you go. Cherie, yeah, June 4th last day of school. My kid could not be more excited. Folks, we're going to take it home, I do believe. Thanks, everybody, for holding on. Thanks for hanging on. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. We'll do all we can to try to get that cleared up. Technology happens, kids. You guys know that. I did not watch the Nick Gage doc, Dane. I did not see it. Dude, if I tell you I'm not a Nick Gage fan, does that get me hate from the peanut gallery? But here's the deal. I don't know enough about him. I just know that like he almost killed David Arquette. I'm just not into the hardcore stuff. This is no disrespect to Nick, to what he does. Go with God, make your money. It's all good. I'm just not a fan of the bloody hardcore deathmatch stuff. That's just me. No disrespect intended. Yeah, everybody, I had to address that. It was an interesting question. So, yeah, you're right. Acquired taste, 100%. All right, that's it. I'm getting out of here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, man. I appreciate you guys. I could stay here all day. I don't really have a life. So I could just legit stay here all day. The people running Wrestling Rumors at one point are like, oh, my God, is he still on? Someone email Tom and tell him to stop, right? It's like Mr. Smith goes to Washington. I'm going to filibuster. There you go. That's my really poor Jimmy Stewart impression. Do you guys like that? Most of you don't even know who Jimmy Stewart is. Don't even lie. All right. All 14 of you still hanging out. I'm getting out of here. Listen, everybody, have a great weekend. Thanks as always for watching. We're going to get out of here. I appreciate your business as always. You guys are the best. Thanks for making a brother feel welcome. You always do that for me. Means loads to me. So, yeah, man, we're going to get out of here. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great weekend, kids. See you next Friday. Tom Clark's Main Event.